The Theater of Illusions, a Machiavellian Dantesque descent into the pyramid of power. In the grand comedy of our world, a stage cloaked in illusion, populated by liars dressed as leaders and fools crowned as sages, few dare to speak truths that cut too deep. Anthony Scaramucci, intelligent and articulate, plays his part well. He strikes a confident chord, offering the public morsels of insider insight. But even he, like so many others with a foot in the arena of power, pulls his punches. Why? Because behind every word not spoken lies a shadow, and in that shadow lurks the threat of annihilation. Fear, not conscience, is the leash that governs men of influence. To understand this grotesque play, one must abandon the comforting myths of democracy, justice, or transparency. We must instead peer through the lens of Machiavelli, who taught us that power is about perception, utility, and control, not truth, and descend, like Dante guided by Virgil, into the concentric circles of deception that structure the modern world, a towering pyramid masquerading as civilization. At the base of this pyramid lie the masses, the distracted, the docile, the digitally sedated. Their lives revolve around celebrity gossip, artificial crises, and the hypnotic glow of screens. They are allowed to vote, to protest, to dream within the boundaries defined by their jailers. Bread and circuses, now served as social media feeds and Netflix subscriptions, keep them pacified. Above them, the puppets in suits, politicians. These are not leaders but actors on a stage, selected not for wisdom but for obedience. Their scripts are written elsewhere, their applause orchestrated. Joe Biden, Emmanuel Macron, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Ursula von der Leyen, Benjamin Netanyahu, Justin Trudeau, Boris Johnson, Keir Starmer. These names differ by region, but their role remains constant. They are the narrators of lies tailored for their respective audiences. The illusion of choice is maintained, but the outcome is always the same. Ascending higher, we find the high priests of modern capitalism, the chosen billionaires. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, iconic, idolized, and carefully curated. They are paraded as innovators and visionaries, yet they are nothing more than glorified stewards of empire. Musk may reach for Mars, but he remains tethered to Earth by contracts, subsidies, and alliances that serve the real architects of power. And who are those architects? They reside in the unlit chambers of finance. BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Goldman Sachs, names that most of the public cannot even identify, yet whose portfolios own the politicians, fund the think tanks, and dictate the terms of reality. These institutions are not neutral. They are mechanisms of control wielded by ancient dynasties. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the unseen elite who own the central banks, including the Federal Reserve itself. These families do not govern nations, they govern the world. They wage wars not for ideology, but for currency. They shift pandemics, recessions, and technological revolutions as one moves pawns on a chessboard. They are above the law because they wrote the law. They are immune to prosecution because they sponsor the prosecutors. Trump, often mistaken for a rebel, is no exception. Like Obama, Clinton, Biden, or Lagarde, he is an instrument. He obeys the same master, speaks the same code, and plays his role in the same circus. Each of them is a mask worn by the system, changed only when the audience grows restless. And so, when a figure like Scaramucci speaks, we must understand his position on the pyramid. He is an informed courtier, not a conspirator. His insights may pierce the outer veils, but never the inner sanctum. Your conversation with him, however engaging, lives in the realm of surface, valuable for what it hints at, dangerous for what it omits. To comprehend the full design, one must think like the apex predators of this hierarchy. One must study not politics, but power, not speeches, but structures, not elections, but empires. Only one man in modern memory stood close enough to the summit to whisper its logic, the late Henry Kissinger. A man not merely of influence, but of access. He understood that morality is a currency for the weak, and deception a virtue for the strong. He moved through the layers like a serpent, never revealing the whole, but always guiding the direction of the game. The rest? They speculate, they guess, they write op-eds and memoirs. They mistake the fog for the summit. The tragedy is not that humanity is ruled by this cabal. It is that most of humanity doesn't want to see it. Like Dante's damned souls, they deny their own chains, clinging to illusions even as the fires burn around them. The world is not governed by laws. It is governed by power. And power, as Machiavelli warned us, belongs not to the just, but to those willing to do what others will not. Welcome to the comedy of the damned.